How we doing, ladies and gentlemen, and the non-binary? Hope everybody is doing absolutely fantastical. I hope all your dreams are coming true, if they haven't come true already. And this is your friendly reminder to keep persistent on whatever those dreams are, because the last thing you want at the end of your life is the regret of not doing something that you wish you had done. Welcome to the Pearson podcast episode. Which episode is it, Riley? Boom! 54. Made on my handy dandy. What are those things called? Not an Etch-a-Sketch. It's like one of those things you draw with the magnet and the stuff comes up. Yeah. If you want to know what kind of person I am and what kind of family I have, I got that for my birthday last year, and I am 25. And how they thought I would use it, I have no idea, but I have found a use. And yeah. And just going around, well, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me just really quickly run down what I'm talking about in this episode. Okay. So, Pearson Podcast, episode 54. I'm going to talk about a massive trip, vacation, road trip I am going on in around May this year. Soon. Massive. I'm going to be talking about trying keto starting tomorrow, or today if you're watching this on Monday. I'm recording this the day before Monday, which is Sunday. I am going to be talking about H3 winning the lawsuits. I'm going to be talking about the VeVe market, VeVe kind of as a whole, and then my VeVe haul I got this week. I'm going to be talking about the dinners that I've made and I'm going to be making today. Going to be talking about some really big upcoming things. 3 things, in fact, that are going to be super, super huge. Well, 2 are going to be super huge, and one's going to be, it's going to be big, but compared to the other 2, not even close. So, let's get right into it. So what I was going to say before I went into all that stuff is I mentioned where I got that. I might as well mention where I got all the things that are in the screen, or at least just some of the things that I'm seeing. So my grandpa gave me this fireplace. It's a really expensive fireplace. It's came in this really nice screen, and it can also do computer stuff, but it's mostly just for the fireplace. And I got this vintage R2-D2 movie poster for Star Wars for my uncle, and that's worth a pretty penny. And I don't know why I went into that. But, so, let's get into it. Starting with the huge road trip happening. So, huge road trip happening soon. Okay, so, okay, not a good way to start. Someone in my family is having a wedding. I don't know what the relationship is called. I don't know if it's a cousin or an uncle. I'm pretty sure it's a cousin, maybe a great cousin. I don't know, but it doesn't matter. Someone in my family is getting married in Arizona. So, we, being my grandpa and my grandma and me, we're planning on going down for the wedding. And before I get into this, let me just chug down some of this coffee to get the caffeine rolling. Take a quick line of the black bean. This is another thing. I'm starting to drink black coffee, ladies and gentlemen, because I'm getting into that flow of intermediate fasting. You know what I mean? And let me take a quick sip. My feeding window, the window where my trough is unlocked, is I'm going to start eating before I've done one. That's doable, but it's hard. 12 is even doable, and 11 is easy. So maybe I do something in the middle, because I don't want it to be easy necessarily. I want to build discipline. Maybe 11:30 to 12. I think maybe 12. 11:30 to 12 is going to be the hot spot. So start eating at 11:30 to 12. And that can include, or that doesn't include the black coffee. If I had creamer in my coffee, that would count, because it's anything over 40 calories or something will break your fast. So I can have black coffee in the morning, and that's fine, and that'll actually, help to suppress my diet as well. So gotta remember, I gotta put my transcriber up, because I'm already forgetting what I'm talking about. If you're new to the podcast, I have a transcriber which transcribes everything I say, so I don't get lost like I just did. Okay, so the feeding window. Start eating at 11:30, 12, and then my family eats dinner at 5, 6, 6:30 time. So that's, it's about 6 or so hours of a window, and that's ideal. And I think the benefits of intermittent fasting are going to be monumental, because, totally honest here, I've said I wanted to do it in the past, and I felt, and here's the thing. When I said in the past I've started eating at 1, that was too late, and blah, blah, blah. And I was doing it, but I had creamer. So it canceled it out. So technically I wasn't doing it, and it was basically for nothing. So I am officially going to be doing it. So I'm excited for that. So that whole thing just got me talking, because I was talking about the black coffee. All right, so huge road trip, ladies and gentlemen, go. So I'm in Washington State, and our destination is in Arizona. So we were kind of thinking, okay, so we're already going to be in Arizona. And my grandma doesn't like to fly. It's just too hard on her body, which totally makes sense. Hard on my body as well. So we're gonna road trip it. So basically, our thinking is, let's kill multiple birds with one stone type of thing. We're already going to be on the road to Arizona, and we might as well hit all these amazing places. So basically, we're going to do a loop type thing. And right off the bat, the way my grandparents do road trips, and I've been on many road trips to them, none this long, some very long, but probably like half the size, or even less, way less than half, but it's still a long time. So basically, the way they do road trips is the way I love doing road trips. Basically, it's a no rush at all. We're driving down the road. We see some cool place to stop. We stop. We see, cool place to eat. We eat. We see a gift shop. We see whatever. You know what I mean? Like whatever. We stop and look through and we make it enjoyable, because traveling 1,000 miles a day is not enjoyable. And yeah, it takes more time, and yeah, it costs more money because you're staying in hotels, but you're not enjoying the experience. I mean, and it's all about enjoying the experience and enjoying your time. You know what I mean? I mean, you're passing by all these amazing places, and a lot of the time when people are on road trips, they're like, we have a destination. Sorry. We have a destination. We got to get there. We can't stop. We don't have time. Blah, blah, blah. You got time. Especially when my dance card is free. My grandma and grandpa's dance cards are free. We can leave a week before the wedding, or, a week or more. So basically, yeah. And if we had jobs or whatever, sorry, I keep yawning. Sorry. Let me take another line of this black bean and let me get down to it. Boom, chugged. Now normally, if you've seen the podcast before, it takes me quite a while to drink my coffee. But I've done it in the first 10 minutes of this podcast. And that's 10 ounces, so it's nothing crazy, and obviously I had cream. Alright, so let's get down to it. So, where was I? Let's check the transcribinator. Okay, yeah, so we can leave a long time before the wedding and have plenty of time. We're going to get there to Arizona in a few days before the wedding, probably, because a lot of our family lives in Arizona, so we're gonna visit with family, and my grandma and grandpa have a lot of friends down there that they haven't seen in a super long time, and they're gonna see them. It's gonna be super fun. So we're gonna have a lot of time to just chill in Arizona and do whatever the flip we want. Man, I can't even tell you how exciting this is for me. I'm so excited. And you guys should be excited too if you enjoy my videos, because I'm going to be making videos. You know what I mean? I ideally wanted to buy a camera for traveling, the Sony ZV-1, but I'm not sure if I'm going to have the money to be able to buy that before. I may not. But regardless, I can just use my iPhone, and it's less ideal, but I'll still make it work. But regardless, you're gonna be seeing videos. And heck, I can take my laptop and edit and upload them on the road. That would be cool. And obviously, I'm going to be doing my podcast and in all these cool places. You're not going to miss a podcast, that's for dang sure. Yeah. So, destinations that we're doing. Okay, so like I said, from the Washington to Arizona. So it's hard to explain this without having a visual map to aid your understanding, but I'll try and describe it the best I can. So one route is going from Washington down through Oregon. Try and follow in your head from Washington down through Oregon, down through the north of California, down to Nevada, I believe Nevada, Las Vegas, all that stuff, and then down into Arizona. Now that's one, and the destinations are, there's going to be some cool stuff in Washington, I'm sure. I have some family in Oregon we'll probably see. There's these sand dunes in Oregon. I wonder if that would be on the way. That would be cool. Actually, that would be very cool. Sand dunes in Oregon. If that's on the way, that would be super cool to swing by. So, got some family in Oregon, got some sand dunes possibly, got some other cool stuff, I'm sure. The coastline, whatever. California, we could have chose to go all the way through California, but we ain't about that traffic life. And if you've heard anything about LA or California as a whole, the traffic is insane and the drivers are ridiculous. So probably just gonna go, like I said, the north bit, go to the redwoods, and then cut right into Nevada, go through Las Vegas, maybe swing by Area 51, and then go through, and then go to Arizona. So that's the short, trip that we would be doing. Now, oops, sorry about that. Let me pull up a map of the United States. United States map. Okay. Because school failed me and I don't know the states. Okay. So, yes, Washington, Oregon, a little bit of California, Nevada, and then Arizona. And we're not stepping foot in Phoenix, if you're wondering. Phoenix, Phoenix is not a fun place. It's got some cool places, but it might as well be the favela, it might as well just be a Chernobyl type, Zombies walk amongst the dirty plains, the sandy plains, and the apocalypse has hit Phoenix. Now, okay, so yeah, we're going to be going in the Sedona, Cottonwood, Flagstaff area. And we're going to see all kinds of cool stuff in Arizona. I mean, if you know anything about Sedona is absolutely amazing. Flagstaff is absolutely amazing. The Grand Canyon, obviously. I went to Arizona last year, and I really wanted to go to Arizona or to Grand Canyon, but we didn't get a chance to. So we're definitely seeing the Grand Canyon. We're probably going to take a train that goes through the Grand Canyon. So that's going to be super freaking awesome. Cannot wait. There is going to be so much I can't even explain to you, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. So all of the stuff in Arizona. Okay, so that's one route. Like I said multiple times. Washington, Oregon, California, Nevada, Arizona. Boom. Short, pretty much a straight line. Beeline to Arizona. Now, and we're still deciding which route to take and which route to take there and take back. So these are just the two routes, and I'll start both of them at Washington. And, they can be reversed if whatever, you get it. So the other route, which is the big boy, is starting at Washington, cutting to the right on the map to Idaho. What's in Idaho? I don't know. Potatoes. It's kind of sad that Idaho is like known potatoes, but I don't think they even have the best potatoes. Maybe, I'm pretty sure it's Idaho. Yeah. I just heard that there's places that have better potatoes, but Idaho is known for their potatoes. Kind of sad a little bit. Idaho doesn't get any respect. So Idaho. So starting in Washington, go to Idaho, and then cut into Montana. Montana's freaking awesome. Montana is like northern Texas. So you go through Montana. Now I'm sure there's going to be cool stuff in Idaho and Montana, but the Idaho bit is just, if you look on the map, it's just a short little bit. And I've done this road trip before, or at least from Idaho to Montana to Wyoming, but you literally go into Idaho, you see Welcome to Idaho, and then like it seems like a couple miles later you'll see Welcome to Montana. So it's a short bit. So you go into Montana. Montana is absolutely beautiful. Then we cut down into Wyoming. And then in the bottom left of Wyoming is Yellowstone. So that's going to be the first big destination we go to. Yellowstone. Yellowstone is absolutely amazing if you've never been there. I've been there twice before. Once when I was crazy young, and I have vivid memories of stopping by the side of the road with my ma and pa, and we saw like these bear cubs in the forest. And here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen, in Yellowstone, tourists think that the animals are paid actors or something. So the cubs and everybody's on the side of the road looking, like walking up to them, like you're gonna get mauled. But here's the thing, that's not even the worst of it. The bison. Now, if you don't know what a bison is a mixture of a woolly mammoth and a cow. Maybe. I don't know. And so it's a giant, furry, it's probably twice the size of a cow, and looks like a mammoth, but instead of tusks, it's got giant horns. I mean, it weighs as much as your car, and these horns are part of their skull, you know what I mean? And so I said before, I've been there twice before, once when I was really young, and I only remember the cubs, really. But I was also there about, I don't know, 6, 7 or so years ago with my grandma and grandpa again, and that was absolutely amazing, and I remember everything about that. But we were driving down the road, and this bison comes out of the woodwork and goes on just chilling on the road. Literally stops right in front of our car. We stop. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, I have pictures. I need to try and find them. It could spit on our car if it wants, or it could lay down on our car if it wanted. I mean, you got to remember, these animals are used to cars and people and everything like that, but it doesn't mean that they won't hurt you they're still wild animals, but they're used to seeing the cars stop for them, so everything like that. So this bison stops right in front of our car, and there's nothing you can do except just stop and just enjoy it. And that's all you want to do as well. You don't want to be like, get out of the way and trying to get somewhere, because the whole point of Yellowstone is just going around this loop and seeing everything. So we're stopped there for a while, probably half an hour or something. And we're just sitting there and looking, and the bison's just chilling, just sitting there, just standing there looking around, and enjoying his life. It's probably one of the highlights of his day is just look at all these things. In his mind, he's just like, look what I'm doing here. I'm just making everybody look what I'm doing. And it's like, there's cars piling up. And they have no idea what's going on. We're at the front. There's probably hundreds of cars behind us, ladies and gentlemen. Yellowstone is a popular place. And and this is where the story gets feisty. People start getting out of their car and walking up to it. Now, not getting close, but they're walking up to it, 15 feet away or something. And these people don't understand that in a split second, that bison could look over and then charge at them, flip them up in the air, gut them like a whatever, and go on their merry way. And ladies and gentlemen, there's no law in the wild. That bison was in the legal right to do so, and these people don't understand that. They don't understand that these are wild frickin' animals that they're not trained. They're not trained at all. Like, they're wild animals. People are so dumb when it comes to that. I mean, really, it is something. So yeah, if you go to Yellowstone, be careful, okay? Because these animals don't give a crap whether you're making a TikTok or whatever. So that's Yellowstone. Something that I thought about doing is getting a dash cam for this trip. I think that would be a very good idea because one, having a dash cam in your car is just a really good idea all the time. But two, capturing all this cool stuff that, one, capturing the whole ding dong road trip, that would be awesome. Two, just capturing if anything cool happens, If you guys don't have a dash cam, get a dash cam. It'll help with insurance. It'll help you protect yourself in case of an accident or anything like that. It is hugely beneficial for only like $80. I mean, really, you just plug it into your car outlet and it just runs forever. It's just the way to go. So getting a dash cam, I feel like, is going to be a really big thing. Okay, so from Yellowstone, I think in either Colorado, Utah, or Arizona, or Colorado or Utah, maybe both. I know there's cool stuff in there, and then down to Arizona, and then that's the loop. So yeah, that one's going to be the long one. Yeah, so and Crater Lake, and there are so many little destinations that I just can't remember because obviously, one, I can't remember, and two, I don't know about them. There's these things that I've always heard, like Crater Lake, for example. I've always heard of what a Crater Lake. I don't know what it is. I don't know where it is. And then you look up a picture of it, and you're like, whoa, it's crazy looking. I'm beyond excited. And just to say this real quick, I know I said one of my goals was to go to Thailand this year. May still happen, but being totally honest with myself, probably won't happen this year. But it'll happen one day, I'll tell you that for free. But probably won't happen this year because I've got a few trips already planned. Camping trips throughout the summer. Arizona, probably at the end of the year, or end of the summer, and then obviously this big road trip, near May. So got some big stuff coming, ladies and gentlemen. So that's the big road trip, and the videos. I mean, I'm gonna try and make multiple videos a day. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, bring my laptop, edit it, upload it. And here's the thing I should mention before I forget. The Arizona trip video, like I said, the Arizona trip I did last year. I recorded a video for it, and I've started editing it, whatever. I've just procrastinated it because each day that goes by, it's just, these days are so freaking busy. Like today, especially, I don't have any room for relaxation. It's go, go, go all ding dong day. Which is exciting. I'm happy for all that. But it really makes me think. I'm like, shoot, these days are gonna really start to fly by. Yeah. So, what was I talking about? Okay, yeah. So I recorded a video for the Arizona. I have realized that I need to sit down and dedicate some days to that. I just do, because if I don't, then this road trip that I'm talking about, it's going to come around the corner like nobody's business. Before I know it's going to be here, and then that Arizona video is going to just completely be on the wayside. So I think I am just going to not hold myself to such high standards, putting in all these crazy edits and everything like that, and just put the video out so I can just be on my merry way. Because that's a big part of it. I hold myself to such high standards, which with all the stuff that I put out, with all the content I put out, whether it's podcast or the 3D animations I upload, or Pearson visuals, or did I say the podcast already? Yeah, the podcast and these extra videos, the travel videos, everything. So that's why I think this new kind of style of video, the Harold Balder type of video, where it's just very low edits, me with the camera, living life, interacting with people. I think that, one, it's easier. Two, I feel like it's almost easier to digest. I mean, maybe not to digest, to watch. It's just easier. Yeah, I don't know. Easier to make, easier to watch. Who knows? Maybe that's the thoughts behind it. But so these videos I make from now on are going to be more like that. More just straight up, low edits, just straight up what the trip is. And yeah, excited about that. Maybe, I mean, who knows? Maybe I'll just do day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5. You know what I mean? Like, make a video each day, and yeah, maybe that's how I'll do it. Day 1 of the road trip, day 2 of the road trip, and then have like a little title, keywords of stuff that I do: Grand Canyon, blah blah blah, Yellowstone, whatever. I think that would be a good way to do it. Because, I mean, here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. When you're doing these, sometimes days will go by, or a day will go by, and not anything crazy exciting will happen. So it's hard to have the presence of mind. Because there's things where it's like, oh, okay, yeah, I got to record that. But there are things that, when you're on a vacation, things become seemingly minuscule, but they're still would be entertaining if you had the presence of mind to record it. So that being said, if I know that I'm recording a video every day or a vlog every day, then I know, oh, I gotta record some stuff for today. Now here's a big thing that I need to remember. I need to remember to be present in these videos. And I've had a lot of practice with that. And here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen, as well. It's impossible to be 100% present when you're recording a video. It's impossible. But the benefit of having that video after the fact is 100% worth it all ding dong day. All ding dong day. Because, say for this Unalaska trip, for example, I can't even, if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's the first video I ever uploaded on this channel. Check it out if you want to know what I'm talking about. Can't even explain how happy I am that I made that video. Because if I didn't have that video, me thinking right now, it feels like a dream. It feels like a thing that I completely imagined. Seriously. Completely. And if I'm being totally honest, I wish I recorded it in the way that I'm going to be recording these new ones, because trying to get this microphone all situated, because it's just more, it's easier to put myself in the shoes of me in that time with that style of video, I believe. Now, it's hard to say if one way or the other is better, because whatever. I'm excited for it. I am, and that's the saying the least. I mean, now that I've kind of worked out what the gotta fix my chair. Now that I know, I kind of got the framework of the videos down, as in, or that being, day 1 of the trip, day 2 of the trip, day 3. I think that is that's going to be huge in just helping me structure these videos. Now, that leads me to think that I need this camera a lot more than I do now, because I'll run out of space quickly on this phone, and battery and everything. I don't know. That's going to be something I'll have to work out. But okay, so that's the road trip, ladies and gentlemen. That is the road trip. So moving on. Trying keto tomorrow / today / Monday the 17th. Someone commented on my VeVe post. Let me see what they said right quick. Oh wow, quite a few people. Sorry, bear with me. Okay, they were just doing follow for follow. Nutsacks. Now, if you don't know anything I just said, you're probably not alone. I'll get into that in a little bit into this. So, trying keto tomorrow. I've wanted to try keto in the past, just because I like trying new things, and I like the science behind it. It sounds interesting and sounds challenging and sounds beneficial, and that's kind of where I am. Just going to try it because it's a fun thing, challenging thing, beneficial thing. Being in ketosis, and I wonder if protein powder is keto. Probably not. Hey Siri. Oops. Hey Siri. Is protein powder keto friendly?
Okay, I found this on the web for a
God, keto. Siri is useless, I'm telling you. I've said it before, I'll say it again. Androids, that's one of the biggest things you got going for you. Google Voice, or whatever the crap it's called, is light years ahead of Siri. Because Google Voice would say, if I asked that same question, it would say, yes, it is keto friendly. Boom, got the answer. What Siri does is it pulls up wiki articles. Like, one, wiki? And two, it's like, just give me the answer. If I wanted some article, I would have looked it up myself. I don't have time to read an article. I have time to say the thing and get the answer. Seriously, ladies and gentlemen. These are big problems in our lives nowadays. So yeah, trying keto. Moving on. Now a quick thing that I wanted to just jaunt over, because it's a big thing in my life. H3 podcast. They're going through 4 lawsuits right now, and I've talked about it before. And this is going to be just a quick thing. Congrats to them for knocking off 2 of the lawsuits. One, the judge was like, this isn't even anything. And the other one is the H3 actually won against it. And congrats to them, just spreading the positive word. Moving on. Okay, so VeVe. The VeVe market is exploding as of right now. So before I get into that, let me just say, my haul. Let's see what I've gotten. So, spoiler alert, I've only gotten 1 this week, but that's alright. Okay, so I'm not exactly sure if this was last. Okay, so there was Amazing Spider-Man number 798. Missed it because there was only like 10,000 editions. Yeah, it's like, are you kidding me? 10,000? And then there was an Alpha Flight comic, issue number 1, and I missed it, but I FOMO'd and bought it off the market for $50, and it is currently staying at like probably like $35 or something like that. So I messed up on that, but it's gonna be. That's gonna be. Oh, Jesus! Just looking at Marvel Comics number 1, the common is 420. Are you yanking my chain? Let me try it. Let me find Alpha Flight real quick. I'm just gonna tell you what the price is. Okay. It's only, let's see. Yeah, 38. Bought mine for 50, and it wasn't even that nice of a serial number, so yeah, kind of played myself on that, but it's gonna be a hold. Okay, so So the Alpha Flight, I bought one for $50, but at least I got it. So the Fantastic Four, Invisible Woman, I got that off the drop. The blind boxes, I kill the blind boxes. I get those almost every single time. Yeah, I kill the blind boxes. So I got the Invisible Woman, common, nothing crazy there. 10,486 out of 16,000. Nothing crazy. Oh, I bought some. Okay, so let me finish this off. So there was the Veal Specimen Deviant Bears. I went for it. I went for the common because I only have 40 gems now. After I bought this, excuse me, after I bought this, this bad boy here, so I missed the common. I went for timing. I usually go for a line gate, but I don't think a line gate works. And that's only for the people that know what I'm talking about. So I bought a, sorry, I'm just trying to pull it up so you see, a Mickey Mouse, you know what I'm saying? A Mickey Mouse, a common jaunty jig. I bought for $560, and the floor price right now is $585, and the serial number is 4,711. So a decent serial number, because there's 20,000 editions. See, this is my thinking, and it had to do with this recent VeVe market explosion. So I don't know what happened, but the VeVe market, everything has almost doubled in price within the last couple of days. Yes, everything has almost doubled in price in the last couple of days. So the ones that I have a Disney Moments Iron Man, and that was sitting at 600, 700, 800 sometimes. I'm like, 800, nice. It was about 1.8, 1.9 at the all-time high. 1,000. Almost 2,000 bones, ladies and gentlemen. And I don't know what happened, because it wasn't just the golden moments or anything. It was just like everything across the board was gaining crazy value, almost doubled in price, literally. So this is what my thinking was, buying the Mickey and everything. I had a bunch of extra gems. I almost had 1,000 gems just sitting around. So that's why I bought the DeLorean low mint, and that's why I bought the Mickey Mouse, because I was always thinking, I'm like, okay, well, I'm always guaranteed a profit if I have these gems chilling. But now I'm thinking, these gems aren't doing anything for me just sitting in my wallet, but they will do something for me if I'm buying these collectibles, because I have faith. I have faith in these collectibles. Some people would be like, you just spent $600 on a Mickey Mouse. That's not even real. I wouldn't even spend $600 on a Mickey Mouse. That is real, and I get that. But I'm not. It's not $600 that I feel like I'm not going to see ever again. You know what I mean? If anything, I feel like it's $600 that I spent to get a lot more than $600. And one big thing that I felt like I was going to feel when I buy these is, for some reason, I felt like I was going to feel bad as soon as I bought them, but quite the contrary. So far, every single time I've bought one, I have felt really, really good after I made the purchase. So far, the Mickey Mouse is the most expensive one I've bought. I think almost all the other ones I've held I've gotten off the whip. Just the DeLorean and the Mickey Mouse is the ones that I've bought off the secondary market. And the Mickey Mouse is the only slight gamble I see. So I feel confident in my decision because I feel like with the VeVe market exploding, I feel like what we all thought, we all being the people that believe in VeVe, what we all thought would happen is finally happening. People are finally starting to. What we need is mass adoption. And I feel like it's slowly happening. And when it does, and I've said this before in my last episode, I feel like it could be the number one NFT platform. I think it could be absolutely huge. And if it is the number one NFT platform, then the VeVeverse is going to be monumental. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, these could be hundreds of thousands each. I mean, people are already saying the Todd McFarlane, I think it's like 10,000, 10 or 20,000 right now. And people are saying by the end of the year, it's going to get 100,000. And that, and then OMI, the cryptocurrency that VeVe is running on, that's going to be on an Ethereum blockchain, which will make it to where it's on Coinbase and all these things. And then when it's on Coinbase, it's going to explode because right now it's super hard to. Well, it's not super hard, but it's just an annoying process to buy OMI, which is why I'm glad I went through that difficult process and put a little bit in. I think that'll be very beneficial. I wish I put more in, honestly. But a big thing to keep in mind is something that my grandpa told me. These NFTs and crypto and everything, investments, it's all super fun, but it's a slight distraction from the real grind and the real living and pursuit of this of a lot of things, but one being money. But the process of, like, Pearson visuals, let's take that for example. My business, where I do freelance graphic design work, that it's almost like the crypto and NFT and everything like that. It's like dessert, like you have it, you sprinkle a little bit on that on top, and it's nice, it's great. But the real substance is the Pearson visuals, is the 9 to 5 for some people. It's the true passion and pursuit to overcoming some difficult thing to achieve your dream. And it totally is a distraction, like, legitimately, because I'm like, shoot, I mean, each one of these ding-dong things could be worth hundreds of thousands in 10, 20 years. Well, in 10 to 20 years, it could be worth a heck of a lot more than that. But, I mean, it could be insane. And yeah, but it's totally a distraction, ladies and gentlemen. Go with your... Because it's almost like winning the lottery in a way. Like, if you won the lottery, which is almost the same as if, one of these NFTs sold for $1 million right now, I would have kind of no motivation to really make the podcast work, to really make Pearson visuals work, because I'm like, I mean, especially Pearson visuals where I'm selling things for a couple $100 or something like that. I'm like, I've got $1 million in the bank. This hundreds of dollars is like, it makes no dents at all in this bank account. There's no point in doing it, and blah, blah, blah. And it really puts your head in this weird space. So I think it's very important to just remember that it's all just kind of a secondary fun thing to do in the background, and that's just my thoughts on it. That's just my thoughts. So yeah, VeVe market is exploding. VeVe Hall. So last night, was it last night? I'm forgetting. Yeah, it had to have been last night. No, it wasn't last night. The day before last night. The day before last night, Friday night, I made orange chicken, and it banged. I crushed it. I've made it before. I made it, I think, 2 or 3 times before. It's difficult, though, ladies and gentlemen. It is so difficult because when you're making something like this, you want everything to finish. I mean, you want this. This goes to for any meal you make ever. You want everything more or less to finish cooking and be ready to eat at the same time. And so many different things finish at different amounts, different speeds. And you want for this instance, we have a few different things. I have 4 different things at play. I have the chicken frying, which is a difficult chicken to fry because it's a wet batter. It's easy to stick together. It's hard to pull out of the batter and everything like that. So I have the chicken to fry, and I fry a lot. And I don't have this giant, industrial fryer, so I have to fry it in 4 or 5 batches. So I have the chicken frying to deal with, and I want to make sure all that's hot and crispy by the time it's done. I have the broccoli as a side. I have the noodles to finish, and I have the sauce, the orange chicken sauce. And all of those 4 things need to be done exactly at the same time. And here's the thing, they don't need to be done exactly at the same time, but if they aren't, I'm not going to feel good about the meal. I'm just not. The broccoli is pretty forgiving, because if you cook it, people aren't going to trip if it's, chilling out for a couple of minutes. So, but I did it. I killed it. Everything was done exactly at the right moment. The chicken was still crispy after I added the sauce. The sauce was perfect. And here's a big thing about Asian dishes that a lot of people don't know is if you don't follow the recipe to dang near perfect, it's not going to taste right. It'll taste decent, but it's such a science and it's so perfectly calculated that if there's just a little bit, not enough ginger or you forget to add the sesame oil, which I did, it just doesn't taste perfect. So I guess me saying I killed it, I did kill it, but I did forget the sesame oil at the end, which, that's just something. So, yeah, pretty proud of that. And then, so the day before that, I made pan-fried chicken cutlets. Those were good, with Panko. And fun fact, ladies and gentlemen, it's pronounced Panko, not Panko, and Pang is it's Japanese for Panko, Pong is bread and ko is crumbs, bread crumbs. Panko. Yeah. So, excuse me. So today, we're celebrating my grandma's birthday, and I am making fried chicken for her. Very exciting, and yeah, that's about that. I'm making a buttermilk Popeyes styled batter, where I basically just marinate it in this buttermilk mixture for a little bit, and then bread it with seasoned flour, and then boom. Here is another incredible tip for anybody that's frying chicken. Take a little bit of the wet batter, in this case a little bit of buttermilk, and sprinkle little bits and pieces into the fresh seasoned flour. A decent amount, not enough to obviously, make it liquidy at all. Just to get little bits of buttermilk crispies in there, because that will make it to where from the get-go you get all these little nice crispies and stuff. Because if you don't do that, the pieces that you batter later will get those, but the ones in the beginning won't. So if you do that in the beginning, then each chicken is born equal, which is always a good thing. So that's that. So getting to the things, wrapping up and talking about the things, the little teasers, if you will, of the fun things that are coming soon. So one, I'm going to be hopefully doing a podcast with Dallas, my good friend. He knows crazy amount about space and everything like that. And we're going to be talking about a exciting thing that had to do recently with Ukadaga Bay, the bay we camped at on Alaska. That's going to be kept secret. And then the crazy new telescope that has been launched into space recently. Dallas actually did his senior project at my school for that telescope, on that telescope. So he's going to know a crazy amount about that. So we're going to be talking about that, talking about life. And, fun fact, this telescope started in the making of building it in 1996. And that was the year I was born. So 25 years in the making. It's pretty crazy. And the two big boy announcements is, one is something that I'm realizing that I can't really tease either of them without giving it away. So one is going to be talked about in next episode, if the next episode isn't with Dallas. If it's not with Dallas, then I'll announce it there. And if it is with Dallas, it'll be the podcast after that. And then the other one is going to be sometime this year, but it's going to be huge and possibly worldwide huge. All right. And that's what I'll leave it at. Crazy teaser right now. I apologize. But with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I really do. And remember that my Patreon is in the description. If you care to support me like that, it would be greatly appreciated. Beyond appreciated. And I will see you guys in the next episode. Thank you all so much for watching. If you watch this point, I absolutely adore and love you. And see you all next Monday. Peace.